Once upon a time, in a beautiful forest filled with tall trees and colorful flowers, there lived a little fox named Felix. Felix was curious, playful, and had the brightest orange fur. He loved to run around the woods, chasing butterflies and splashing in streams. But more than anything, Felix loved helping others. One day, as Felix was skipping through the forest, he noticed a group of animals gathered around a tall tree. They looked worried. Felix hurried over to see what was going on. "What's wrong?" Felix asked his friend Benny the bunny. Benny's long ears drooped as he pointed up at the tree. "There's a little bird trapped in a thorny bush on one of the branches, and none of us can reach it." Felix squinted his eyes and saw a tiny bluebird, tangled in sharp thorns, chirping for help. The other animals had tried to climb the tree, but it was too high for them. Felix knew he had to do something. "I'll climb the tree," Felix said confidently. He was an excellent climber, and he knew the forest well. "Don't worry, little bird, I'll get you out of there." Felix carefully climbed the tree, his paws gripping the bark as he made his way up. The animals below watched with hope. As Felix reached the branch where the bird was stuck, he saw the poor little thing shivering, scared and helpless. "It's okay," Felix whispered softly, not wanting to frighten the bird. "I'm going to help you." Felix knew that if he wasn't careful, the thorns might hurt the bird even more. He thought for a moment and decided to chew off the sharpest thorns first. Slowly, and with great care, Felix nibbled away at the thorns, one by one, until the bird was free. The tiny bluebird flapped its wings joyfully and chirped with gratitude. Thank you," it sang. Felix smiled as the little bird flew around in circles before landing on his shoulder. "You're welcome," Felix said. "I'm just happy you're safe now." As Felix climbed down the tree, the other animals cheered. Benny hopped up and down with excitement, and Mr. Owl, who had been watching from a nearby branch, nodded approvingly. "Felix, you're the bravest fox in the forest," said Lucy the squirrel. "We all tried to help, but you were the only one who could." Felix blushed. "I just did what anyone would do. It's important to help others when they need it." Later that day, as the sun began to set, Felix sat by the stream, watching the golden light dance on the water. He felt good inside, knowing that he had made a difference. The little bluebird, still grateful, perched beside him. "Felix," the bird said in a soft voice, "I want to give you something to show how thankful I am." Before Felix could respond, the little bird plucked a single feather from its wing and handed it to him. The feather shimmered in the fading sunlight, glowing with a soft blue hue. "This is a magical feather," said the bird. "Whenever you're feeling lost or unsure, just hold it tight and you'll always know what to do." Felix stared at the feather in awe. "Thank you," he whispered. He placed the feather safely in his fur. From that day on, Felix carried the magical feather with him wherever he went. And though he rarely needed to use it, just having it reminded him that kindness and bravery were his greatest strengths. Every animal in the forest knew Felix as the kind little fox who always lent a helping hand, or paw, whenever someone was in need. And as Felix grew older, his heart stayed just as big and generous as it was on the day he saved the little bluebird. And so, every night, the animals of the forest would gather around Felix's favorite tree, where they would share stories of their adventures, always ending with the reminder that helping others is the greatest adventure of all.